30 seconds and counting. 25 seconds and counting. 20 seconds and counting. 15 seconds and counting. 10 seconds, 9 seconds and counting.
7 seconds
6 seconds and
counting.
counting.
Like 4 seconds and counting.
seconds
2
and
seconds and
counting.
counting. 1 second and counting. That's it. We're done. In a world oversaturated with more opinions and
More opinions!
or home with whoops Alex and the Garbage Man. Meosh. You always seem to crack when it plays the dialogue
reverse
backwards.
The reverse one gets me every time.
Yeah, because you got to throw in something new every once in a while.
It is fucking hot out.
I agree. Yeah, it's another heat wave over here.
Dude, same here. I was hiding in the basement all day. Like I did some puttering around the house, getting ready to leave because I'm going to a family reunion tomorrow. And me and Kim went to Co-op to get something for dinner, and it's just like, it is so gross.
Yep.
Ugh. So
But
gross.
you can't complain about it because when it's 35 below, you're going to be wishing, oh, I wish I was drenched in sweat. And yeah.
Never.
Yeah, heat wave in Saskatchewan, says Jamie.
Yeah, same in Alberta. Yeah, we're dying here too. It's brutal.
And it's a dry heat as well. Yeah.
And it just hits you. It's just like a wall, right? It's just like, ow. Ahoy, ahoy.
Hey.
So, cha. What are we going to start with?
Well, as old people, we started with the weather. So
That's
I suppose
perfect.
we move on to talking about our bowel movements or something.
Oh, dude, we were jamming last night. So, this is a good one.
What?
So the band was rehearsing last night, and my bass player's lost a ton of weight. He looks great. He's been working hard, and he's going on about changing something to something about his stomach's like not good, and he had to get it all fixed. And he said, "I might be gassy." Lord Tunner, Jesus, boys, let me tell you, he fucking ripped one, and he's laughing hysterically. And me and the other guitarist are like, right? And Jared, like we were playing, he's learned the riff to Crazy Train, so he was fucking doing. He's no selling it. Me, the drummer, and Rob are like gonna puke because the fart is so bad, and he's gonna wet himself. He's laughing so hard. Yeah, so just there's your bowel movement talk right now.
Oof. Yeah, well, that's what happens with changing diets and stuff like that. The digestive tract. Oh, got to put up the old bro science because I ain't no doctor. Change in a gut bacteria, flora and fauna, that kind of thing.
That's what he was talking about. Yeah, that's what he was. Yeah. So,
and when Gordon was here last week, he had talked about Helicobacter pylori. That's a not exactly a stomach worm, but it's a kind of stomach bacteria. And it is contagious. It's like 80-90% of the people in the world have it, and there are no symptoms for most people. Transmission is either person to person, oral to oral, or fecal to oral. So for all you young people out there thinking that eating ass makes you cool, you might want to reconsider your life choices.
Pink eye.
Pink eye. What was that in South Park?
South Park, yeah, the zombies, and they all thought they were zombies. Well, speaking of pink eye, and young kids doing crazy things, so I thought we talked about on the show last week. And we don't talk a lot of sports here. We're gonna talk sports right now. Not really sports, but so my team, Montreal Canadiens, last week and still now are taking heat for drafting a young man by the name Where the hell is I just had it? Just had his name. Logan Malox is his name. A young man from Quebec who was playing over in Sweden in a junior hockey league. Now, when this young man was 17 years old, he decided it would be a great idea to pick up an 18-year-old woman and engage in consensual coitus together. Young man then decided to take pictures, and I'm not sure if videos, but pictures for sure, of said young lady. Then decided to send pictures to his teammates. So the young man was, of course, this got out, and she got in trouble. Or he got in trouble, I'm sorry. He was fined in Sweden's courts, and he got in trouble. He paid his penance, apologized, though it was kind of like a cookie cutter apology, and actually asked not to be drafted. And the Montreal Canadiens still decided to draft this young man. So now they're taking a ton of heat that this kid is a sexual predator, is being rewarded, blah, 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 on and on, how all the virtual signaling you can fucking muster. And one little thing is happening, and including our illustrious Prime Minister, who's never done anything stupid and been caught on film and then distributed around the masses. He's saying he's disappointed in the Canadians for drafting this child. Really, blackface, Justin? And I think you were a little older than 17 when this happened.
Yeah,
and again, I just before you go, disclaimer: I don't see the big deal about him being in blackface, but your liberal constituency seems to like to crucify these people when they make a stupid mistake. Yeah, you think it's all right that you did it and nothing happened. So go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, and he apologized for it, so apparently all is well and good, yet this young man apologized as well. So you'd think they'd be on the level playing field, but no, the standards are different when it's someone like that. I don't know what the criteria is versus the Prime Minister, who is somehow held to a different standard.
No, when I say this about this kid, like, don't get it twisted. He's an idiot. Like, dude, and and this is not, I'm not shaming the victim. This guy's an idiot, and I'll make it very clear. I have a niece, and if some guy does this to my niece, it takes 10 hours to get to Prince George. Uncle Nick will be there in 8 with a baseball bat. I will find this fucker, and he will die. Like, this kid needs to have his ass whooped. Like, does this kid need your life's over now? You've worked so hard for all this. We're not talking like the rape kid that the kid out of Notre Dame. Was he a swimmer or lacrosse player?
Brock Turner.
Out of Duke, wasn't it? Duke or Notre Dame? Duke, I think. Anyways, and he raped a woman and pretty much got off.
Yeah.
Right? This isn't what happened. These are two consenting adults, and no, it was an adult and a minor, technically.
He was the minor.
That's what I'm saying. He was 17. Yeah. So, yeah, he made a stupid choice. A very stupid choice. And yeah, he deserves to have his ass whipped. Does he deserve to have his career ruined and he can't do anything ever again in his life? No, absolutely not. And anyone that thinks that, please, I know we don't have a huge following, but if any of your family members, please ask them to please send me a picture of their halo that is floating above their head, so we can know how good they are and their souls are clean. They've never made a mistake.
Yeah. Now, the problem is with what you just said, someone out there is going to accuse you of perpetuating rape culture. You know that's coming down the pike.
And let them do it. And then I could keep saying it again and again. If that was my niece, the guy's going to catch an ass whooping. Like, if this was handled the way it would have been back in the day, the kid would have got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be. I'm not saying, no, it's not. And it's not rape. They were two consenting fucking people. Actually, again, she was the adult. He is the minor.
So she raped him because he cannot legally give consent because he's a minor.
So
gotcha.
Technically, yeah. So no, it's not rape. It's not rape at all. So please, before you decide to try to take me down that path, please go unfuck yourself, because that's like, seriously. And again, like Justin Trudeau, oh, I'm so disappointed. Oh, shut the fuck up. Yeah, like just stop. Just stop. And the virtual signaling is just ridiculous. The kid fucked up. We've all fucked up. Every one of us. Fuck, I'm a 40-year-old adult and I still fuck up.
Me too. From day to day, I know what the right decision and the wrong decision is, and subconsciously, I find myself going towards the wrong decision, and I can't stop. It's nothing on the level of murder or rape or robbery or shit like that.
Yeah. But now, and again, so again, I'm gonna say this. We are bro science. This is. So I don't know the whole story of how it came out, like however the pictures came out. But I'm going to guess, so I will not assume, but I will guess that's one of the hockey players had shared or told her that he had taken the pictures or whatever. What the fuck happened to bro code? Like, what happened to, like, oh shit, I got this. Man, I gotta keep this on the down low. Whatever the fuck happened to that shit? That's like whenever you hear about a teacher fucking a student and you're just like, why did you say anything? And again, here we go. Where's Brody with the shots? Joe Rogan said it best. When it's a female teacher, it's different. Because, she's going to let him fuck her. It's not the other way around. Joe Rogan has a whole bit on it when he's like, yeah, it is different. It is totally different. Because she let him fuck her. Not vice versa. Like, so yeah, I don't understand these. Like, yeah, how did I don't know how everyone found out. So
yeah, but then here's the slippery slope argument. So everyone grab your toboggans. You start off as hockey players enforcing the bro code, and then you become police officers, and you all stay behind the thin blue line, and then corruption is perpetuated indefinitely.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe.
Most definitely, because I can predict the future.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yes. And thank you for the love, Alma.
Yeah, she's my homegirl that I kill bitches with online.
Oh, that's so misogynistic, man. You got to be canceled for saying kill bitches now.
Oh, there's not a lot of female. We're just killing all the assholes and we call them bitches. I get in this messenger and all I have to say is bitches. And she's like, yep. And we just know.
Wow, the redneck has to defend the liberal.
Somehow severely mental illness and the father who married. Everyone is a bitch, especially when we're killing them.
There's this young guy on YouTube, and I think he made this cringe rap years ago because it was on the Drunken Peasants, because Ben likes to torture Billy with cringe rap every once in a while. So there was this kid, I can't remember what the title of it is, but he made a cringe rap and says, "You're a bitch, I'm a bitch, everyone's a bitch." And he's like 10 years old, so he's got that high-pitched voice, and he's trying to sound gangster, saying, "This guy's a bitch, this person's a bitch." And that's what Alma's comment reminded me of. If someone can find it online, you'll have a good laugh over it.
Everyone is a bitch. So, now, this would be interesting because we have a young man that's is in the news for something. And now I think we should talk about the young gymnast who had to, I guess, I don't want to say quit, but had to step aside in the Olympics because, well, Ryan just said it, but she was having mental issues. And
yeah, but Ryan, you can't say that because you're not a doctor. You're what is it? Appropriating doctor culture if you try and diagnose someone.
Yeah. No shit, right?
This is the level we've gotten to. Withdraw. Yes, Chad, withdraw money from your bank account and give it to us.
So, yeah, Simone Biles pulled out of the second event, citing needing to focus on her mental well-being. Now, go, because I've started the last one.
I was going to mention, what if her withdrawing due to mental stress is due to the extreme nature of training with regards to gymnastics, because if you've seen the movie Whiplash, then you understand how some teachers and instructors can really push their students. And maybe that was the case here. I have no idea. Please continue.
So I want to get everybody's feeling about her stepping aside. Now, me and Alex were talking before the show, and I didn't even think of it this way. Like, she had an extra year to be ready too. So the thing is, this is the Olympics. This isn't like, and I know I understand there's a ton of pressure. I've said it about the Canadian junior teams every year. Like, these kids have a mountain of pressure on them to perform at a level that sometimes could be unexpected for kids of their age, right? But that being said, just to pull out and like, well, how could your mental well-being not be like, it'd be interesting to know if it comes out like why, right? Yeah, but you know what, Chad? I think it would have been different if, for instance, like one of the third or fourth quote unquote string, I don't know how they say, like gymnasts, like would have said, okay, I'm not ready. But, I see a lot of people comparing this to like if Michael Jordan had said in the fourth quarter of one of the finals, like, yeah, I can't take it. I need to go. Like they touted that she's like the Michael Jordan of gymnastics, that they've had moves named after her. And I mean, everybody breaks. I get that. But like, I think that's why there's being such a big deal made of this. So I just, I know I couldn't do it. I mean, I have the Olympic body, I know, but I definitely couldn't do it.
We were talking before the show about having a regular person in the Olympics just for comparison. Yeah. I was thinking either our friend Bubble, because, oh man, especially back in the day, he would just flip out and it would be hilarious to see on TV, or you. But I think we should throw Bubble in there just to see him flip out.
I want to see someone like Will Ferrell, because every time I watch like a mat routine, all I see is Will Ferrell from Old School with the flutter thing, and he's like, phew.
Yeah, Jenna has a good point. How old is she?
She doesn't look old. Oh, there it is. Simone Biles' age. She's 24.
Decent age. That's a good age for being in the Olympics. The last kicker. This is cool. I like that name.
That's a Becky Lynch name. Dude, what are you talking about? I've jerked off 4 times since I've been on the air. Oh, Lord. So does it change it though? Does the age change? Because I was thinking, okay, this girl's like 17, 16. Are you kind of like, holy shit. That's old. It is really. I like the random guys that show up. That's awesome.
Yeah, they think they're trolling us, perhaps.
Picking up homeless women. Yes, of course I do. That's awesome.
What is this, a 4chan raid? What is going on?
Henja. The fuck does Henja mean?
I'm sure they won't tell us, and we'll have to look it up later.
Okay, I'll look it up. Let's see what Henja is. I don't know what the hell that means. Where's Alma? Is this Mexican? I don't know. Ooh, Murderpedia. That's fucked up. What's Murderpedia? I'll be back to that later.
Got to be true crime stuff.
Yeah, I love true crime shit.
Yeah.
So, okay, now where are we? So she's 24. That is older for gymnastics. So does that change it? I can see if the girl was like 17, because like I think the Russians were like 16 and 14 or something like that. So,
yeah, I will put you under the jailhouse.
Ooh, you know what? Show me pictures of boobs and vagine too.
Speaking of under the jailhouse, there's a great movie starring Vince Vaughn called Brawl in Cell Block 99. That's a great movie.
Never even heard of it.
Oh, it's good. The director of that movie is S. Craig Zoller. He wrote and directed that movie and Bone Tomahawk and Dragged Across Concrete. All 3 are great movies.
Nice. Yeah, I've never heard of any of those. Man, this guy's all kinds of fired up. Are you trying to tell me right now that my social insurance number isn't flagged? Are you the same guys that call me every day to say, hello, this is the CRTC. Your social insurance number is banned.
You send us Apple Pay cards or something like that.
I need Apple Pay card. Oh, fuck. Now I'm making the voice. Now we're going to be canceled like a poo.
Yep. Hey, we're just repeating what we heard. That's all.
Yeah. Hoy? Hoy? Yeah, I don't know.
Hoy, hoy.
Hoy, hoy? Hoy, hoy? I love Bone Tomahawk. What the fuck?
Let's take that out of context. Bone Tomahawk is S. Craig Zoller's debut film from, I think, 2012 or 14. I think Kurt Russell is in it. It's a very good film. It's my favorite of his three.
Oh, red flag. I need an adult. I don't know what the fuck. Who's messaging me?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that the Chad is having a different conversation than us.
I think so, too.
Oh, well, that's fine. I don't mind.
I put a gag order on your candy as skinny Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last.
Come on, man. You have the internet. You can spell Arnold Schwarzenegger's name correctly.
Yeah, like, look it up, dude. I mean, seriously, even if English is your second language, just look it up. And same with candy ass. Please, Christopher.
Yes, horror Western. Yep. It's a mixture of both. I wouldn't say horror in the same vein as 1980s slasher horror, but horror for a Western context. Pretty good.
I love that stuff. I still do. Like Colin and his girlfriend just finally watched like The Exorcist, and I'm like, "How'd you think? What'd you think?" He's like, "Meh." I'm like,
"Oh,
you're adopted."
He must be.
Yeah, but he watches like he said he's actually kind of like turned off horror now because he watches all the kill counts. It's just gore porn or whatever. Like, just you know, and there's nothing suspenseful anymore.
Yeah, it's an art trying to add suspense, and when it's all about gore, I wouldn't say it's scraping the bottom of the barrel, but they're trying to push it into extreme horror.
Yeah, and it's not. It's just blood and guts and gore, and it's just.
No, we haven't been hacked by Russian provocateurs, but we're being joined by them. They're trying to initiate us. Not taking the bait yet. But we're in the trial version right now.
Yeah. It'll make you humble, jabroni. So.
I don't know. I think 24 for a gymnast, depending on how hard they've trained, it might be a bit old because of all the wear and tear on the bones and joints. But for the Olympics itself, that's prime age 24. If you take all these sports into account. Do it. Yeah. And then you'll have to clip the exact section that's bullying and harassment. And then I can simply cut it out later. That's fine.
Well, here, just let me save your shots here too of the stuff you said. So hold on. Okay, that was a different guy. These are new guys. This is impressive.
Yeah.
Welcome, comrades. Vodka, we toast.
Sock accounts probably. It's easy to just go online, grab anyone's profile picture, and create a new profile with it. It happened to me years ago on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Someone took one of my old headshots and created a new profile, and I had to report them as being a twin of mine.
Okay, Rich Life, you do that. Let us know how that works out for you, son.
Then again, with stuff like that, reporting for bullying and harassment, YouTube usually acts on it right away and sides with the person who reports it. And it takes time to process through the system and say, okay, they were just abusing the false flagging, and then we get it back and it's fine.
Yeah. So Rich, do you know do you know the machine, Bert Kreischer?
Bert Kreischer his sole purpose for existing was to tell that story because that's such a great story.
Wait, do you guys have baseball in Russia? Do they take all the steroids? They must hit like 1,000 home runs a season. In Russia, we crush ball. Oh, good Lord. I know.
It's not his first language, so he's
Yeah,
doing all right.
Yeah, it's And
He's
it's
doing a
1,
lot better than I would.
2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Ugh. Would you mind? Maybe give us a week off. We don't have to do a show. Das Van Houten, y'all. Is that Russian for ahoy ahoy?
He's been drinking, I think.
Probably. His daughter got her learner, so.
Oh no.
Yeah. Mine just got his license last week, and now she has her learner, so. 10! Oh shit, exit full screen. I need to see my comments.
Yeah, how many troll accounts or sock accounts, I wonder.
Yeah.
I'm guessing 3 at this point.
I'm guessing 3 too. I'm guessing 3 as well.
My lawyer judge will put, troll, my lawyer.
Keep laughing, my lawyer judge will put you in prison.
My lawyer judge. Okay. We appreciate the commentary, we do, but you're showing your hand, you're tipping your hand, as the saying probably goes. Come on, man. You can't argue, Ryan. You can't argue with a guy who shows up to an intellectual fight unarmed. I forget how that saying goes. I fucked it up. Okay, Rich, you don't have to leave, Rich. You just change your tactics. It's all good.
Please don't go. Yeah, it probably is Brody. I crushed him. It probably is Brody.
Nah.
You don't think so?
No.
No.
You don't have to leave, Rich. Like I said, change your tactics. You can use really harsh burns on us, and then we'll report you for bullying and harassment.
Yeah. Well, technically, he's threatening us anyways, because he's threatening us to with his lawyers and stuff. So technically, he's already threatening us
with his lawyer judge. You are just jealous of my life. Yeah, that's exactly what I was subconsciously getting at. I make 700 on. Well, at least you make money while you're on disability. I can appreciate that, because if I myself could quit my job and still make money somehow, I would be all over it. I am not ashamed to say it.
In a heartbeat.
Here we go. Yep, troll. True. You still live in your mother's basement. Are you talking to both of us or one of us? So you got to prove that we're living with our parents, and you got to prove that we're in the basement at this point. So good luck.
Well, technically I'm in the basement, but it's my basement. So, yeah.
I love how they always resort to mother's basement as if that's a real insult anymore.
No shit, right?
No, we're not letting him hijack the show. We're adding him to the show because it's another layer of entertainment.
Exactly, Chadney.
We could talk about the news, and we do, but engagement with the people is also a part of what we do.
Right, and we're trying to engage. Yeah, see?
Just jealous about the place.
Oh, Brody.
Yeah, at no point in time did I say that, but you can infer that all you want. That's fine. I do not know anything about you, but sure, you can put those words in my mouth if it makes you feel better.
Dude, that he's totally like our Eric the Midget, or Wendy the special person, or like Hank the angry dwarf. Yeah, Howard had the whack pack. Rich could be our whack packer, or hack pack. That's great. Do you think Howard would sue us?
No, I think this guy's going to start off just like Really did, and then he's going to grow on us, and we're going to grow on him.
Kind of like a fungus. Yeah.
Come on, man. I've seen these comments on other shows before.
I want to give this guy some time here. Come on.
Yeah, it does add some spice to the show, Jen, because usually all we get is the people who agree with us. So now we got someone antagonizing us. It does add a little bit of intrigue and mystery to the show. A little bit.
But see, the thing is if you're going to say that, you got to come up with some better stuff than that. Right?
Oh, Ryan, there was that Married with Children episode about the Weenie Tots. I don't know if the Weenie Tots were the main part of the show or just a little addition to the show. He was like, humma, because he wanted the bowl of Weenie Tots.
I don't remember that one.
Well, you suck.
I do. Let's see. Okay,
you need to get out of your own basement and stop being jealous of the Weenie Tot life.
Oh, is Reese watching the show? Oh, yeah. And Sarah sent me a snap, so they're watching my show. Hey, what kind of yogurt is she eating? I like yogurt. She's gonna learn so much stuff from watching Uncle Nick. It's been great.
She can't use any of it in public.
Yeah. None of it in public. Rich, you want to know, man? I'm glad you make $700 a month, and that you can actually afford to have internet at the same time. That's pretty good. You must be a hell of a budgeter. You must be.
I've heard arguments that the internet is a public utility and therefore should be free, and I'm kind of leaning towards that because of all the information that's on the internet specifically.
That could be a good argument. Well, then the prices we get charged for the internet is ridiculous. I have a friend, like I've talked about before, in Australia, and he's I've seen it on the Facebook a couple times, like comparing Australian prices for data and stuff compared to ours, and it's one of those. Can you really believe what it says? So I sent it to Med, and I was like, Med, is this what you guys get charged? And he's like, I can't do an Aussie accent. Here's a butchering of it. Yeah, mate, that's exactly what we pay. Jesus Christ, is that what you pay for it? Holy shit! I think I heard a dingo. So he's like, he couldn't believe how much we have to pay for our internet.
Ours is one of the highest prices in the world, I think.
And phone. I got a friend I game with in Los Angeles, Manny. When I told him how much we paid for our phone plan, he's like, dude, so we like, I think safely right now, we pay almost $300 for 3 phones. Okay. He's like, dude, I pay $100 and me and my 2 brothers and sisters share a plan. Unlimited text, unlimited calling, unlimited everything. $100 a month. Yeah, and we're paying, and I don't want to hear the bullshit, because you've heard the bullshit before has been, well, you see, Canada is a sparse land, and what utilities are bullshit. Bullshit. If Australia, and they got fucking like kangaroos kicking down their fucking telephone lines and koalas eating their fucking internet lines, they're just cheaper than ours. That's fucked up. Again, this is bro science. I don't know if that's happening down there.
Yeah. It might be the number of companies that are competing with each other for customers that has to do with price lowering. Here in Canada, for phone companies and internet companies, we've got a choice of 5?
Yeah. And I'm glad. I don't know what happened to it, and maybe we should look up to see what happened with it. But they were, remember Rogers was trying to buy Shaw.
I think that happened.
Did it happen? Fuck. Because I remember there was a big outcry, like, well, that's a monopoly. Like, that's a huge hunk. It's one less carrier that's going to be here for us, right?
Yeah.
Which is completely true. So, I don't know.
Yep.
Now where the hell do we go? So, yeah, Simone Biles. I hope she figures out what the fuck. We'll circle all the way back to that. I hope she figures out what she, needs to make herself better, and hopefully, I hope it's okay.
Yeah.
But here, as I read here, she was actually, now I read, a survivor of convicted sex offender and ex-coach Larry Nassar's abuse.
Ooh.
So, yeah, so it's exactly what you said, Alex. Maybe that's just what happened. So, yeah, so everyone should shut the fuck up. Yeah, because like John's saying, like, I think Wind owns TELUS or something, or like Kodo is owned by Bell or something like yeah. There's like they're like the cheap offshoot brands of the main brands.
Yeah, the company I'm with for internet, they buy their bandwidth from Shaw. So am I really getting anything better at this point? Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with regards to Simone Biles, it happens to the best of us. Like everyone can crack under pressure. We're only human, and I know that in this day and age, that sounds like excuses, and people are going to say, "Well, back in the day, everyone just sucked it up." Well, no, not everyone did. Some people became alcoholics. Some people committed suicide. Some people went into a really, really hard downward spiral because of the mental stress.
Yeah.
It happens.
Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. But I will commend, I don't know if you saw the other thing was there was a lot of women, I think it was the Norwegian volleyball team actually made a stand to like get rid of like the G strings that these girls, had to wear. We'll get
Yeah.
back to that. Michael Jordan retired because he had a gambling problem. They didn't want to be outed. So anyways, we'll get back to that. But yeah, then like just because if you look at it, what the girls are made to wear during beach volleyball and stuff compared to the guys or gymnasts and whatnot and pole vaulters, like the guys are getting to wear like shorts down to the top of their knees, and meanwhile these girls are jumping with like thongs up their ass.
Yeah, and who the hell decided that
I
how
don't
many
know.
years ago? And
I don't know. I think it should be whatever the fuck you're comfortable doing the sport in.
yeah, exactly. If you can move around comfortably in, yeah, this is stupid, jeans and a t-shirt, then why not wear it? I would love to see the committee that decides what the women's volleyball team gets to wear and what their exact reasoning is. I'm sure they've gotten written down somewhere. I gotta see it because their justification for that, it's going to be hilarious, especially when you compare it to the men. And I think your sister posted this infographic online, something about women in the Olympics getting points deducted for wearing clothing that is less revealing, and women in or young girls in school, and this is mostly private school. No, it's public. It is public school as well, who are getting chastised and sometimes even punished for wearing more revealing clothing. So then it gets all fucked up. So yes, we understand why they're mad.
Well, excuse me. Do you remember this was a few years ago? On the other show I had mentioned that Cohen got sent home because he was wearing an Offspring muscle shirt that hung down too low.
Hung down too low.
It was like they hung down too low on his,
Okay, I
on his
gotcha.
side. Yeah, a boy. And this is where before he, put on his weight and stuff. He was a pretty skinny little guy, and they made him come home and change.
So then it goes down to what the school dress code is exactly. There's got to be some kind of public information available with regards to each school's dress code. That has to exist somewhere, and it has to be accessible at all times.
Yep, I agree. Oh, I completely agree. So but and again, I'd like to see who makes that decision.
It's usually committee. It's not always one person, especially when it comes to the Olympics. It's a committee.
Yeah, and I get that, but I just like to know, like I guess the reasoning would be behind it.
Yeah.
Like, why do you feel this? Like, why do you feel this way? But that'll never happen.
Probably not.
But we can't get the Catholic Church to admit to the bullshit that they pulled on the natives. So, don't have to be held accountable. So,
and there was a story that the Friendly Atheist talked about a few weeks ago regarding the Catholic Church and the Indigenous people of Canada, that there was supposed to be, I think in 2004, 2006, a huge amount of money raised for Indigenous people. It was supposed to be on the level of 15 million or something like that. Bro science, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think the Catholic Church got to 2 million. And then they said, okay, we can't do it anymore. No one's donating. We're just going to give up at this point. But the bullshit just in that particular section. Yeah. And then you factor in everything else that the Catholic Church has done. There have got to be some kind of sanctions going on. Like this is just a bunch of bullshit all around.
And man, fuck. I just don't want to. I don't want to get into shit. I don't know if I will get into shit, but the fact that the things that the Catholic Church has gotten away with,
Yeah.
And not just the Catholic Church, but they're just front and center with this right now.
Yep.
And of course, everything that happened with young boys and the whole 9 yards. So it's I don't know how you get a free pass for all that shit.
It's time. There's the old saying that time heals all wounds, but there's also the saying that time makes people forget, even the most atrocious things.
Yep.
Yeah, it happened all over the world. Jen is right, not just here. And the Catholic Church is such a huge institution. They can't just disappear. And I don't know what it's going to take for them to bow to pressure.
They won't. They just won't.
Yeah.
You're basically going like, Okay, so here, this came out of, this is actually from, I just looked this up. This is from July 21st of this year. Catholic Church dedicated nearly $300 million for buildings since promising residential school survivors $25 million in 2005. This
25.
Yes. This is from the CBC. So this isn't a right wing. This is a pretty liberal news media outlet right here.
Yeah.
So just clarify that right now. So they were, the CBC complied Catholic projects announced since the promising best efforts to survivors, paying them under $4 million.
Ugh.
Catholic officials said in 2015 that they could only fundraise a total of $3.9 million for residential school survivors. But efforts for the Catholic cathedrals and other buildings across Canada reached nearly $300 million since November 2005, according to data gathered by the CBC News. Fuck and you. Every fucking one of you fucking dopey hat-wearing robe motherfuckers.
See, now that's bullying and harassment. That could get us pulled down, I think, if the Pope flagged our channel.
Oh, fuck him and his fucking little monkeys he has in their little suits jumping around on their gold thrones. Fuck you. I don't want to watch because those shit infuriates. Like, I've been really getting into true crime podcasts, and it's driving me mental. And I realize that there's some stuff that they just started talking about the Richard Pickton case or Robert Pickton case again.
Robert Pickton, yeah.
It drives me fucking insane every time. That basically that they've known about these motherfuckers. Same with the Green River Killer. They basically knew it was fucking the Ridgway dude in 1983. They were sure of it. But they didn't have the evidence to link it to him till like 2000 and something.
Jesus.
But this, the church is just as bad as them. Fuck you. So not only, so after all that money that was promised, the actual, well, it does say here, I'll keep reading. The actual number may be higher. The Canadian Conference of Catholic Boy Touchers, bishops, declined the CBC a news request this week to ask its membership bishops for the information. The figure of 292 million resulted from searches of individual diocese websites and other sources. This includes 120. Oh, nice to see you back on your regular account, Brody. This includes 128 million on the renovation of the St. Michael's Catherine Bastical Bastard Chapel in Toronto. The 2016 Gala Open, complete with the Bass brand, was held 1 year after the Canadian church groups went to court to say there was no funding, there was no more fundraising money for survivors. $128 million to make your little fucking House of Horrors look pretty after everything you've done to not only to Indigenous people, but to the young men around the world. You didn't have money to you're not saying that. Never mind, no. Brody. You have to go back and watch.
Yeah.
We're not explaining it all, Brody. You have to go back and watch the beginning of the show. So here's the source of so these are the websites that these are the amount of money that's been spent, and this is what they found on websites and various things around about the Catholic. The Crusades were the Christians, not the Catholics. Brent Hamilton straightened me out on that very quickly. Toronto, $128 million. London, $30 million. Montreal, $30 million. Saskatoon, 28 million. Vancouver, 24 million. St. John's, 20 million. Regina, 17 million. Moncton, 7 million. Winnipeg, 6 million. Windsor, 4 million. Halifax, 2 million. Ottawa, 500,000. So that is the money that has went into projects to make their House of Horrors buildings better. But they didn't have any money to give to Indigenous people.
Yeah, of course.
You're fucking pigs.
Yeah.
I say nothing changes it. Religion to me is the most disgusting thing in the fucking world.
All religion?
Most religion is, to me.
Most religion.
Religion. Most.
Zoroastrianism is a little bit that is, better. So. I think that's the world's first religion, I think. Catholics are Christian. Yes, the Catholics are a type of Christian. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. They're like laissez-faire Christian, because if you take some American Christians, they are like devout to the hilt. And then Catholics are like the lazy people at the back of the classroom throwing spitballs at each other. Not always. I am generalizing, of course, but
no,
sometimes.
I'll say it. They are the lazy fucking pricks that didn't like the Old Testament. So let me fucking reprint a new book because I don't get down with what the fuck the old book says. So we're just going to take up all this shit that someone else made up 3,300,000 or 3,000 years ago and write into a new version that we like. Okay, King James? Total bro science.
And here's a name that I haven't seen in quite some time. Jacob Mann gives us a like on Facebook. That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, that is disgusting. And again, this is the stuff that people should be furious about.
Mm-hmm.
This is the stuff that, like, you know, that should be right up there with what happened with Black Lives Matters and all that stuff in the States. I'm not saying we need to go burn down every, but this is the stuff that these people should be answering to. These people, as in the Catholic whole, you know, religion or whatever the fuck the leaders of the Decepticons are, should be, you know, like answering to. One of my favorite lines I've seen out of a song of lyrics is when Macklemore's song called "Same Love," where he's talking about how, like, gay marriage and how, like, the line, we paraphrase a book that was written 3,000 years ago,
which came from basically telephone between people, vocal telephone,
which is what it is. You know, like, it's always bugged me when people go on about, and again, I haven't read the Bible in years. I mean, I read it when I was a kid. I don't remember it, but when guys, you know, and I'll just take their word for it, because if they can believe an imaginary man, I can believe someone's word when they say this. In the same spot where it's saying that, you know, like, you shouldn't be laying with another person of the same sex, it says that once you're married, you should have to grow a beard, and you have to wear cloth of one kind of material. Well, are we doing that? Oh, no, that doesn't fit my narrative.
And if your child talks back to you, you take them to the edge of town and I think beat them with sticks or something.
Man, I got to look that up right now.
Yeah, you do.
Because guess who's going to the edge of town and catching an ass whooping after work?
I'm pretty sure that was in Leviticus, because Leviticus is prone with all those rules, those strange rules. And of course, everyone says, oh, you're taking it out of context. No, it's right there.
And yeah, if you can take out of context and you can make whatever you want about people laying together, that's fine. Then if my kid can catch a passionate ass whooping and the Bible says it's okay, well, I guess he's going to catch a passionate ass whooping because the Bible says it's okay.
Yeah. There's a great YouTube channel. He does a lot of animation, Dark Matter 2525. He would take passages from the Bible and animate them, and he would quote directly from the Bible.
Oh, yeah?
They're great animations. Dark Matter 2525. If you have the time, you should watch some of his stuff, especially his older stuff from the past 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
Yeah. So, Chad, did you go out and stand there and you know, look at it like a lot of people do?
So were you like the Dane Cook bit? Where's my shoes? Fuck shoes. And then you say, officer. I was sitting on my chair listening to my friend's podcast when I heard a noise. So I came outside to inspect. You tell him what you saw. You tell him now. That's not what you told me. Anybody? Dane Cook? I fucking his old stuff. I get a kick out of.
Rubbernecking is what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah. You were too, because you're an old man. Did you throw your pudding at him? Get off my property, you hooligans! There's a doings transpiring.
I'm supposed to be in bed by 8 o'clock, and those goddamn sirens are keeping me awake.
Yeah. I done defecated in my pants. I usually don't want to do that. So. Uh-huh. Oh,
did we talk?
Shut up, Brody. Fuck. Here goes Mr. Virtue signaling now. Yeah. Now, Mr. Brody. Was there a Mustang in there? Now, they're not gonna get it. Hey, so you're gonna tell me right now, out of all the shit I know you did when you were a kid, if you were fucking chastised for it, that you wouldn't be in the same fucking boat? I've heard some shit about you, my friend, that, I'm sure if people knew about it, like, he had his receipt. He got fined. He was taken to court. Okay, so where's hers then? She had sex with a minor.
But she did it because she's a strong, independent woman and she can do what she likes.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So
that trumps law and order.
Yeah, we need one of those, a virtual signal alert. Wah, 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 wah. Christ. He had his receipt. He was fined. He apologized.
He asked not to be drafted, and he was drafted anyway.
Hey, Ben Roethlisberger's still playing fucking football, and he's date raped how many women apparently? So, wow. Give me a fucking break. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah. We did cover at the beginning of your show, so fucking respect him until Friday. Fuck. Suck my motherfucking dick. Next time, motherfucker, tell him to suck my dick.
That'll never get old.
Never, ever get old. Never. I wonder what it's like at Bill Cosby's house right now.
Well, he's home, so I'm sure it's tense.
So I wonder, And he was 17, dude. He was 17. Good Lord. Actually, he technically did take a year because it was 17 and now he's 18. So,
legal age in Switzerland is 50. Is this guy that we're talking about, is he from Switzerland?
It happened over in Sweden or Switzerland or some shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but the issue is not the legal age. The issue is that he took pictures and alleged video without her consent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not saying the kid shouldn't get his ass kicked. Again, if you go back, we're not doing this all again. Go listen to the beginning of the show.
Yeah, especially with your sock account, Brody.
Yeah, with
Rich
your
life.
Russian bot account.
You see, our view count has dropped since they took off.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh well, it was fun to have new people in here. I'm sure they'll be back next week.
Yeah, I'm sure they will be. So, damn. What was your other two stories? What was your stories you had for us tonight?
Well,
Sorry, I have one more. Well, I wish this is again. We're gonna try to get something set up for. We'll talk about this off air, but no, we need another segment also called, just stupid people. Because I'm watching a video. I can't remember. It's one of those. It is a right wing guy, and there's these. I wish I knew his name, but he's showing the video went viral. Bunch of these kids were on the side of the road protesting, like cops, defund the police, and blah blah blah. Well, one of them pitched a rock at this guy at a vehicle going by. This motherfucker stops in traffic, and what was the first thing that these protesters said? Call the police. They're out if I understand correctly, I'm just taking the context of the video.
Yeah.
Well, first off, it's a stupid video because they threw the rock at him, right? So, but they turn first thing on their mouth is call the police.
Yeah.
So he comes out and he's got like a Wolverine fucking sword thing on his hand. And they're all like running away. And it's like, well, you guys were all tough pitching rocks at vehicles. You know, it's kind of like that old adage. If you don't want to get hit, don't fucking be hitting. Well, if you don't want to die, don't be throwing rocks at people's fucking vehicles.
Yeah, you can't stand the heat. Get out of the kitchen.
Yeah, and they hucked fucking a rock at this guy. And he came out with like a Wolverine dagger on his thing. So it was, I'll see if I can find the video and let it check. But yeah, your stories. Like, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, unfortunately, in the past week, we lost both Joey Jordison, the drummer for Slipknot, and the bass player for ZZ Top, Dusty Hill. That's sad, a lot for 1 week.
Yep. Yeah. Very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that Joey one is sad. Cause I mean, and it was one of those things, like, I think it actually affected my son because he, like when Gord Downey passed away, it affected me. Like, I was really upset because I really liked him. And I think it was the same with Colin because that was his drumming inspiration, right? Was Joey. He loves Slipknot.
Yeah.
And he likes to play drum a lot of their songs. So yeah, it was really sad. Yeah, that's right. There's another one coming. Because I know a lot of people be like, Joey Jordison, who the fuck was that? But in the world of metal, he's up there in the top drummers. And everybody, of course, knows, Dusty Hill. So, yeah, I mean, like Ryan said, it always comes in three. So who's going to be the third one now, right?
Yep. So there was someone talking trash about vaccines and COVID. And this was in the United States. He's a conservative radio host from Tennessee. His name is Phil Valentine. He's 62. He hosts WTN FM radio in Nashville. So he got diagnosed with COVID-19, and shortly after that, he dismissed it, saying that he was already feeling better. He told his brother Mark, it's only been a few days, I'm feeling better. And he talked trash about it on Facebook, and he even mocked Democratic politicians' drives encouraging the public to get vaccinated. And on one of the segments of his radio show, he told his listeners that he had chosen not to get the vaccine because he assumed he would not die from the disease. Again, I note his age as 62. In a matter of days, his health took a rapid descent, prompting his family to persuade him to check himself into the emergency ward. Medical scans showed the virus had caused pneumonia in his right lung. Doctors treating the radio host have attempted remdesivir. I'm pronouncing that wrong because I've never heard it said aloud before. Injections, proning, which means to flip him on his stomach so that the fluid can't settle in one spot on his lungs. They even suggested he sing in the hopes of clearing his lungs out. So, what was he singing at the top of his lungs? My Way by Frank Sinatra. His brother Mark has said, quote, he's regretful that he wasn't a more vocal advocate of the vaccination, end quote. So a kind of talk shit, get hit story.
I like that. And it's very true. We've seen that before. So
who's Ben again? Is that her husband?
That's Sarah's fiance. I'm not calling him husband yet because they're not getting married. And I'm not getting to walk down in the aisle fucking throwing flowers out of my fanny pack. So they're not married yet. I don't even remember what the song is, but that's my job. So.
The My Way Murders. You got a true crime podcast you want to pimp, Ryan?
To the Google.
Episode? And to the Google.
My Way Murders. My Way Murders, 1998. The My Way killings are a social phenomenon in the Philippines, referring to the number of fatal disputes in which arose during the singing of the song My Way, popularized by Frank Sinatra. Yeah, holy fuck, yeah. In karaoke bars.
They take it really seriously,
Yeah, there
apparently.
was an estimated number of of killings up to be about 6 in 2010. Between 2002 and 2012, numerous people have been killed for singing this song. Wow. Good thing I can't fucking sing that song. Sarah, what was the name of the song, the Flower Girl one that he sang to? That we're like, yeah, Nick, that is my job on this earth is to do that. I don't even remember what the song was, but that is weird, dude. I've never heard anyone sing Frank Sinatra at karaoke. I'm into a lot of karaoke. That's one guy I've never heard sang before.
Yeah. Must not have done it the right way. Yeah. And now.
So,
yeah.
Well, Sarah's looking up for that name there, and that is what is going on with Scarlett Johansson and Disney.
Good question. I have no idea.
I saw something that she's suing Disney, and I don't know. I'm just gonna click on my phone here, guys, because I'm gonna read it. I don't know. I'm just gonna lawsuit over Disney. Due to the release of Black Widow in theaters and on Disney Plus. Yeah, see, I know a lot of people are annoyed with the being let go on like Disney stuff being put on Disney Plus, but I guess she's actually suing. They released a movie on Disney Plus that caused her it was a breach for contract and causes a loss of theatrical revenue that she would have received if the movie had been released in cinemas only.
Makes sense. If it's a contract dispute, yeah, that's
and the thing is, and I could, they can say it has no merit, but if she signed on to do X number of Black Widow movies before the pandemic, and you've decided to do this, you should have had to rework the contract, to supplement. Because I'm not paying $25 to watch Black Widow at home. If I want to go see a movie, I'm going to go to the theater and see it, right? So
yeah, I did. Okay. My girlfriend and I, we went to the theater recently to see F9, which is a great, entertaining movie to see in the theater.
Yes. Well, I want to go see Top Gun 2 in the theater just to hear the jets and stuff go.
Yeah.
Like that, I actually want D-Box for that, I think. Where the chair moves and shit.
Billy Squier, The Stroke.
I'll see if I can find the video and show. I don't know if we'll be able to play it. I'll have to show it to you after.
Yeah,
I think we'd. Yeah, I could probably show the video, just mute the music.
Yeah.
So,
but you got to do it 5 seconds at a time, because I don't know exactly how the copyright system works when it comes to visuals. I do with audio, but I don't want to take any chances. Not like I did a few weeks ago with Good Morning Vietnam, but hey, I thought it was a good bit.
I thought it was, but someone else didn't.
I've heard mixed reviews about Old, Brody. I think it's from M. Night Shyamalan, and he's quite hit and miss.
Yeah. Like I really liked The Sixth Sense, and when a lot of people shit on The Village, I actually didn't mind it.
I thought it was good.
It was a good mind fuck. Like, I couldn't get into Unbreakable and Glass. I liked the last one though, with what's his face. Yeah,
that was great.
I thought that was and I thought he did a phenomenal job.
Yes. Did you see The Happening with Mark Wahlberg?
No.
It's pretty bad.
Is it bad?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Signs is pretty good. I liked Signs for what it was.
I like Signs. All right, let me see if this is the right video I'm thinking.
Yeah, Split was good.
This is it, yeah. So we will be stealing, I guess. Well, okay. This is what I think my purpose on life is, and the girls that are going to be in my sister's wedding party agree, and my wife agree, like, this is, if there's one purpose of Nick on this earth, this is what he should be doing. All right. I'm not going to share the audio, but if you want to watch it after, it's with Billy Squiers, The Stroke. So, okay. And
I will do a few seconds of it.
Okay. Now can I play again?
Okay, so he's kind of waving around like it's Tai Chi and throwing daisies. Okay.
And the best part is he steps forward, he's got a fanny pack on.
Oh, good Lord.
There you go. There it is. There's the money shot.
All right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
That
well,
is
that's enough of that.
mine will be way more over the top. Don't worry. And when I finally get to do it, so
you should have, like, I was going to say a backpack, but no, the thing that archers carry so they can pull
a quiver.
arrows out. Yeah,
a quiver.
Quiver, absolutely. You should be pulling those out and have like long weeds or something that you throw at people.
Yeah. Speaking of which, has anyone else watched the new He-Man yet? I did. I liked it. Now, the amount of hate that it's getting, because the first 5 episodes have really been focused on Tila, like Man-at-Arms' daughter, is unfucking believable. The amount of hate that this, like, holy shit. I enjoyed it. I recommend, if you were a He-Man fan back in the day, you'll like this too, but you wouldn't guess online. Holy shit. I enjoyed it, so fuck everybody else. That's all that matters.
Yeah, Sarah, I'll see it after the show. Nick will play it for me.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
You should have multiple fanny packs.
I think I will. I think I'll duel it. One on each hip.
Hey, Trish.
Hey, Trish. I gotta sell them 1 second. I gotta to my quotes.
Wants you to watch what, Trish? We've mentioned multiple movies, or is it He-Man that you're talking about, or no? Obviously, it's a movie. Old Men Yelling at Clouds. No, where the person talking to the cloud was that guy who said, "Cloud disappear, cloud disappear,
cloud disappear."
Yeah, He-Man. So it's the He-Man. Is this live action or animated?
Animated. Kevin Smith is the producer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's pretty solid when it comes to stuff.
I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. So I was entertained. It was a different look at it. It was a different story. So, I mean, see where it goes. But yeah, the way people are losing their fucking brain is just, God damn, what a world we live in. Speaking
of people losing their brains, so somehow, and I'm not a listener of, or pardon me, a listener, I'm not a viewer of HuffPost, but somehow I came across this article on HuffPost about a vaccine or this marriage. Conspiracy theories are tearing couples apart. So there are 5 stories all about either husbands or wives who believe in QAnon, who are virulently against vaccines, who think that there are poison in the vaccines, or just any of the conspiracy theories that are going on about COVID-19 and the vaccine and the New World Order and QAnon and Donald Trump, the hero. It's tearing marriages apart. Now, to be fair, I don't know for sure that these stories are real. They could have been made up. Names could have been changed. Who knows? They could have been exaggerated, but it's just another example of this is why we have to have fact checking online, because it's affecting shit in the real world. And it sucks. Yeah, the comic book guy. I love the comic book guy. I've done his voice a time or two. It's fun to do. I nominate Joel Schumacher as the worst director in the world.
See, I like She-Ra too. I don't know if I can respect what Trish said there. But it's
Never
just, again,
watched it.
Like, if you don't like it, don't fucking watch it.
Yeah.
But I need to go online and make sure everybody knows that I don't like this. Worst He-Man ever.
I don't like it, and therefore you shouldn't either.
Dolph Lundgren was way better as He-Man, and he was the drizzling shits.
We should do an entire podcast like this.
I think this would get totally annoying within 12 seconds.
I agree.
I more went to a Bullwinkle there. Hey, Alex. Watch me pull a rabbit out of my ass. But that trick never works. This time for sure. Presto.
Middle school kids to fact check. Now, it depends on how they're being taught to fact check, but yes, that's a good idea. Always be skeptical of everything.
You're welcome for this news, viewers. Also, I was right. So, well, no, they already did G.I. Joe. Well, if they do the cartoon, yeah. I like pork chop sandwiches.
Man, that's classic. Ryan, thank you for introducing me to E-Bomb's World. That kept me busy for a good 10 years.
E-Bomb's World.
Used to be great back in the day. I've said this before.
I wonder what, I wouldn't be surprised if you said, well, if it was done right. I mean, they did those G.I. Joe movies, but oh, they were so bad.
Yeah.
Like, so bad.
No, I don't think they should bring back G.I. Joe because that's a specifically 80s staple. There's a certain resonance and a feel that it had at that particular point in time. I don't think bringing it back now is going to be relevant or even worth anyone's time. I mean, why not just watch the reruns?
If it was done right, though, that's the thing.
But what does done right mean in this day and age?
You need to kind of stay true to the way the cartoon, like he knew He-Man still looks like the old cartoon. They didn't. Now, when I say this, I think this will work good. It's not like the Transformers movie where they changed Bumblebee to a Camaro and like Optimus changed to a different truck and Megatron was a jet now, right? Like if they like in He-Man still looks like He-Man. Battle Cat looks like Battle Cat. They all look like their characters. That's what I kind of mean. That's what I'm kind of getting at.
Okay. Yes, Ryan is right. Back in the 80s, it was all anti-commie, rah Americana stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and
same with Rambo.
I remember reading on Top Gun that if you go back and watch, and I did, and it is true, they never mention where the MiGs are from.
Yes.
Because they didn't want to cause any issues with any countries, right? Because they were already in turmoil and shit, right? So,
yeah, it was 86, and repairing relations between countries is not an easy thing to do.
No. I like Top Gun.
It was all right. My girlfriend and I watched it recently. It is what it is. The first time I saw it had to be 1986 or 87 when it was first released on video.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
I remember watching when they had, Jared Barron's brother was it Keith Barrett had the music store in that mini mall where they had that mini mall in the strip mall where Superior Video was. Do you remember that? For that short period of time, there was like a mini mall there. There was like a food store and like a music store. I think it was called No Limits or something like that.
Don't remember that.
But I remember he had a room that you could watch, like he like all hooked up to surround sound, and I got to listen to those F-14s take off. It was unfucking believable. Listen, like with the surround sound. So, yeah, the tiny mini mall that was in the mall, like where Fields is and where Angel White Laundromat was and stuff. They had built like a mini mall back. Holy shit. I was still I'd had to be 96, 97, 90, 95, between 95 and 97. Yeah, the mini mall. Yeah.
I remember where Fields was or is and Superior Video. Yeah.
Yeah, where before Superior Video got there, or Movie Gallery, it was, there was they made a mini mall there. And a bunch of
wait a minute. There. Yes, that's right, because I think that's where I got my alto sax from back in the day.
Yeah, so do you think you could still play a saxophone?
Not right off the bat. No, my embouchure is gone. I mean, it would take a good few weeks to get the muscles back into the proper strength and place, but I still remember most of the fingering. Like there are some things you learn as a kid and a teenager that you never forget.
Yeah, and that is right, Ryan. I'm sorry, guys. We had a lot of like cool stores for the little town.
Yeah,
we really did. Like stuff that you wouldn't think, we would have. So,
and Sarah gives us a like on Facebook. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
And it's like I was talking to my mom and my stepdad were just here, and we were talking about Mackenzie and like They left early this morning. Not early, but like 10, 11 o'clock to go to my auntie's place to get ready for the reunion. And they were here for about 4 days. And, it's one of those things like, it's time to go and, you feel like it's like you're ready to go home, right? And I feel that same way about Mackenzie. Like when I go home, it's like it's always in my mind about like how, and we've talked about this, how it used to be.
Yeah.
And it's not even in the fucking realm of what it used to be. Right.
Like
and
just the feel of it.
Just the feel, like it feel as soon as I get into town, it feels like it. But within like a day, it's like it's gone. Because no one's there, right? So it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in the mall now, that's their main store is Red Apple, where the Northern and the Bay used to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's called Red Apple now. Yeah. Yeah, it is definitely Bizarro Mackenzie. That's the best way. Yeah. Like I can't believe Mac 1's still standing. I figured that would have been gone.
Yeah.
Like, because, no one's been in there for, I don't even know how long ago this school closed down.
No idea.
I'm actually shocked they just didn't sell the land just to avoid, like, lawsuits. Because all the school, like, all the equipment's still there. Like, all outside, like, all the playground stuff, I believe. So... I'd like to go through Mac 1 more time because that was my grade 6 and 7 year. Yeah, it looks creepy, Ryan. It looks... Yeah, I would love to go in there. I would love to find out, like, I should actually get in contact with Justin Hawkins just to go through the high school because he's the principal now.
Yeah.
Just to see if I, hey, maybe one day, maybe if I actually go back in September or October because we're going to go hopefully see Lucky and Myrna. Like Kim's parents, and just say, hey, mind if I just kind of walk around, just so no one's like, hey, there's a creepy fat guy walking around the school.
Yeah, Trish, the last time I was back in Mackenzie was 2012, and it did have a different feel to it, but it was so much different back in the 90s. I feel like the 90s was peak Mackenzie, I think. Then again, that's biased of me to say.
Was that the time you went for our wedding thing?
Yeah.
But there was still a little bit of that 90s there because we were all there.
Yeah.
The only ones who weren't there were Donald, Edward, and Dyka, right?
Yeah.
So. Oh, that'd be so creepy. Wow. Because under Mac 1, there's like hallways.
Under?
Yeah, under the gym. I got to go under there with Mr. Fleck because they used to have like prizes down there for the dances and stuff.
Okay.
And like that's where they just kept them, right? And yeah, there's like catacombs underneath Mac 1.
Interesting.
Yeah, dude, I would love to go. No. I would love to go.
That's kind of strange. Justin Hawkins, he wasn't too much of a shit disturber in high school, but for him to be kind of running the place now, that's interesting.
It's interesting that anyone our age would be there, right? But yeah, he wasn't a shit disturber at all, right? So
yeah.
Yeah.
He was pretty on the straight and narrow for the most part.
I think he was, yeah, for sure.
Used to be a shooting range. Holy shit.
Really?
Underground history.
See, I didn't know that. That's crazy. I did not know that. Sorry, I'm just having my kids learning a valuable life lesson right now.
Put your phone down when you're banging?
No. He so he got his license, so we had to sign over the it was at one time the only high school. So the kid has his license, so we signed over the vehicle to him. And we were saving money for him for insurance and whatnot. Well, we decided, okay, when we have the money that we need to pay his insurance, his phone bill, and his drum bill that he has, he can have the rest of the money. We gave him the rest of his money, and he burnt through it at an amazing rate. I won't say how much it was, but it was an amazing rate. And I told him, don't ask me for money. You should have saved your money for gas money. Because, of course, he's driving everywhere, and he should be. He just got his license. He should be, yeah. But if he wouldn't have spent $200, well, more than $200, way more than $200 like a moron, he'd have gas money right now. So my truck is all fueled up because tomorrow I'm leaving to go to the family reunion. Mm-hmm. And he just asked, Dad, can I take your truck to go cruising tonight? Absolutely not. Why? Because I said, well, can I have gas money? Absolutely not.
Was he not listening when you said, don't ask me for money?
I said, dude, I'll tell you off air how much money he had, and your jaw would hit the floor. It's for a 17-year-old to burn through money this fast. I warned him, don't do it. And yeah, I say nay.
So Really Mysterious is here, and really, that song you recommended last week, Electro Glide in Blue by Apollo 440, I really liked it, so thank you for that. Good electro song. So I'm going to recommend to you, you probably know this band already, Enigma, an album they did in 2006 called A Posteriori. I think it's pretty good.
Are we wrapping her up? Are we giving music already? Are giving music now?
Not yet. There was one picture I wanted to share and go through quickly. Wait until kids are adults. Yeah, then they can have their own kids and start a podcast and bitch about their kids getting a bunch of money. Mm-hmm. And the cycle repeats itself.
Yeah, it's just a brutal cycle.
So I wanted to share, and I pulled this off your Facebook, and I didn't tell you about it, but for good reason. So this shirt, I'm fat, let's party. So first, can you tell me where you got the shirt?
I got someone just to make it up for me.
Really?
Yeah, I actually had 3 different colors. I had a red one, green one, and a gray one. Which is, it's interesting. No, but what's interesting about that is people say that colors. You can leave that picture up. It's fine. If anyone didn't see it, but I've never been one of those guys that think about pictures. But if I wore the green shirt or the gray shirt, no one would really say anything. But if I wore when I wear the red shirt and we walk through the mall, people are giggling the whole fucking time. I was at the Offspring concert and I had like 4 or 5 people ask me for a picture with them because I was wearing that shirt. Yeah. So I messaged, I had a lady that was doing shorts or shirts up and I said, hey, would you mind, could you do this for me? She said, yeah, not a problem. And she did. I had 3 of them. The gray one just bit the dust. I gave the green one to Cohen because I didn't really like it. And yeah, the red one's still a staple in my wardrobe. Why do you ask?
So in this day and age when not everything, I'm going to take it a step up from Brody. Brody would say everything is offensive. Well, not everything, but we're slowly moving in that direction. So the shirt that you're wearing it's great for 3 reasons. Number 1, it throws the insult back in the face of the insulter. So you remember the end of 8 Mile when Eminem was battling Anthony Mack and he took all the insults and he threw it back at him. Yeah. It's the same with the word fat. You're taking it and you're owning it and you're throwing it back at the person. So it's kind of like a bit of a self-esteem booster. Number 2 is it offends the portion of the fat acceptance movement, who say that the word fat is an insult. Not that I'm comparing it to when African Americans use the N-word because they own that word and they can use it. But I am making that comparison because you can use that word. I can't, but you can. And number 3, it unites people. The shirt is saying that despite someone being fat, that's no reason for us to not get together and have a good old time. So it's a unifier, that shirt. More rather than being a divider, it's a unifier. Yeah.
Now, I will say this, and as a fat guy, I will say this. I'm sick of fucking people trying to normalize fat people that way. It's not a healthy fucking choice. These morbidly obese, and I'm morbidly obese. But these people, like you see these models and stuff that are for her. Well, that she should be proud of what she. No, she's gonna fucking die when she's 45. I'm trying to change my. I'm not saying she doesn't try. I'm not saying that, but saying that stuff is okay. I mean, yeah, it is in some ways. I mean, you need to be comfortable with yourself, but you need to make the healthy choices to try to make a better person.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not saying you need to sit there and be like, "Ah, you're a fat fucking yeah, blah, blah," but there's people like, "Oh, fat's it." Well, wasn't it Bert Kreischer? I think he's fat again, but weren't they fat shaming him and he lost a bunch of weight because they were basically fat shaming him? I think it was something to that effect. But Chadney would know because he listens to more Rogan than I. There was something or someone they bugged about being fat. Again, they basically fat shamed him, and it might not even be Rogan, and he lost all the weight.
Yeah, I think it was Rogan.
Yeah, and yeah, that 600-pound life. And you want to know what's funny? No, it's not funny. Sorry, but these people on that show are such ignorant pricks. The way they treat the people in their lives and the way they talk to people is unfucking believable.
Yeah. There was a person, and I think the Drunken Peasants were talking about this, so I don't have an article. There was a woman who was saying that the strap that goes around your arm when doctors test your blood pressure and your pulse, there was a woman who was saying that is something to do with the size of the armband. It's discrimination because it can't fit around a fat person's arm. I'm not doing her argument justice, but it was something ridiculous to do with the fact that it can't fit around her arm, so it can't measure her blood pressure properly.
So, all right. Can I be the realist as a big guy?
No,
I'm going to be, whether I was told no or not.
You have to nerf the world.
Not at all. So, ma'am, the fact that they can't fit a cuff around your arm should be the first sign that you should put down the fork. It's not discriminating. It should be basically telling you that, hey, I had to do the shameful fucking, I think the last time I didn't have to, but before, when I was almost 400 pounds and went to go-karts, I had to put the fucking fat strap on. I had to put an extra thing on because I was too fat to fit in the car.
Wow.
They're not discriminating against. What would be worse, to fucking take the extension or to not be able to ride because I'm too fat?
Yeah, or them to tell you, I'm sorry, you're too big to ride this.
Yeah. Like, shut up. Yeah, if you can't fit a blood, and they have different sizes. So if they can't fit the biggest cuff on you, put down the fork.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Me too. Do you have a song to pimp?
Yeah, actually. So Metallica released a bunch of covers by bands, and the only one I really even gave a fuck about is called Metallica's Blacklist, and Volbeat covered Don't Tread on Me. And I actually quite enjoy it. I really like Volbeat, more to the older stuff, but yeah, the Volbeat's cover of Don't Tread on Me, I really enjoyed it. You can't go into it. It's not an exact cover of the Don't Tread on Me off the Black Album, but I enjoyed it.
Right on.
Hey, okay, and that's not doing them any favors, but at the same time, they should have bigger models, like to show clothes and bigger mannequins. I completely agree with that. But I think it is a huge mistake. Yeah, and the pun can be totally intended.
No, it's not doing people any favors because the excess weight puts stress on your heart and your organs. And I'm not one to be saying this because I'm not a doctor and I'm a skinny guy. So who the hell am I to say anything? But if I parrot what doctors say and have said, is the information still right, or does it depend on the source?
Yeah, and like I eat like, my biggest downfall is I eat like shit because I love shitty food. I love
shitty food too.
But I have an exercise bike. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to go hop on it again for probably about another half an hour.
Awesome.
I rode for about 20 minutes this morning. I did my leg stretches. I'm still limited because of my leg, but I'm trying to do different things. And I'm not trying to say there's a healthy fat, because there fucking isn't. But as long as you're still trying to keep your body active, it's going to help. So really, Gowan did a cover. I'm going to have to check, because I do like some of Gowan's stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check that, because I do like some of his songs, like Strange Animal, Criminal Mind.
I was just going to say Strange Animal. I saw that.
Strange animal. That's what I know.
I saw that music video when it was new on Much Music.
Me too. I remember seeing it too. Yeah.
That was awesome.
So that was my pimp out. Did you already do your pimp out?
So my song, and years and years ago, probably 2009, I listened to everything this band had done up to that point. This band is from Montesano, Washington, so Washington State. They've been around since 1983. They're still going. They are called the Melvins. Have you ever heard of the Melvins?
I've heard the Melvins.
Oh, yeah. They got a little bit of fame when Nirvana went huge. And the Melvins are an interesting band. You should look at their Wikipedia.
I'm looking at the fucking lead singer. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's got some wild hair.
Uh-huh.
So in 2004, the Melvins did a compilation album with probably my favorite dark ambient artist, Lustmord. And the song that I want to pimp is by the Melvins and Lustmord, called The Bloated Pope. And I put it up on the screen if anyone wants to copy it, take a screenshot and check it out. The Melvins were very influential to a lot of popular artists. They don't get enough love.
Is that one of those bands that just got the overshadowed by?
Yeah.
By.
Absolutely.
Oh, sweet. So, all right.
Melvins are really good.
Well, you know what, dude? I'm cool if you're cool. Are you cool? Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm cool. It's cool, let's say.
Robbing banks, so whacked off the Scooby snacks. Bow, bow, down. Yeah.
So everyone who is here, everyone who was here, we thank you. Even the trolls and the sock accounts, it kept us going for a little while. It was something nice and different, so we appreciate that. Come in with some better jokes and insults other than your mama's basement and you're jealous of my disability $700 life.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's a good start, but you can steal better material from elsewhere on the internet, I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. I mean, I could spitball stuff here better than that. Come on. Let's go.
All right, everyone, thank you again. We really appreciate it. And I will leave you with this that had absolutely nothing to do with what we were talking about today, but this is sometimes how we do the show. So thank you all and goodbye.